Hey everyone, welcome to In the Lead, episode 39. I'm Sean Dominski, and I'm here with Tyler Zai. Today we're going to be talking about a great way you can easily find the keywords to use in your real estate content. But first, we like to bring you a new resource thanks to Audible, the world's largest audiobook marketplace. You can get your free audiobook at easyagentpro.com/audible. So this week, do we have a recommended book?
Kind of. I mean, I kind of don't like this book. I spent this last week reading it just because I've heard it on... I heard about it, I think, 4 or 5 times mentioned by just, people I follow, influencers. It's Richard Dawkins, The Selfish Gene. You may have heard of it. It's a really kind of old book that's in the canon now of great books, great thoughts by great leaders. But basically goes through and talks about why humans are programmed to have their self-interests in mind and what that means for, relationships, businesses, and everything else like that. At least that's what I pulled out of it. But it was kind of a slow read, dull read. So I'd recommend going to YouTube and checking out a quick just summary of the book and seeing what's going on there. But I promise you next week I got a much better book recommendation coming your way. Does that help, Sean?
Yeah, totally. So, all right. So that was that Richard Dawkins?
The Selfish Gene. It goes into detail about like how he thinks over time we were just sort of morphed into people who just intrinsically looked out for the things that could benefit us in the future and what that means for like society as a whole. And so you can pull some tidbits away for things that might help your business or whatever from there. But on the whole, I wouldn't recommend spending too much time reading it.
All right, so cool. So like pull out the big idea.
Yeah, go read the Wikipedia article, get the big idea and you can move on.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, again, guys, if you want to check that out or any of the other 180,000 audiobooks, get your free audiobook at easyagentpro.com/audible. You can sign up there and, you can check out the Richard Dawkins book. So, all right. So today we're talking about keywords, and this is very closely tied to SEO and content marketing and stuff like that, because basically the keywords are your I heard it best where you wouldn't walk into a grocery store without a shopping list. You don't want to approach content marketing without your keyword list.
Yeah, and I'd argue not even you just don't need a website unless you've come up with some type of like keyword strategy, like content marketing, whatever. Like that is what it is, but you need some sort of way to get in there and do something with your site to get traffic. Right.
And really showing up in Google, that's one of the main purposes of having a website, really. And Google is such a major player when it comes to either paid or organic traffic. So this past week, there was Easy Agent Pro put together something that basically was a keyword generator, right?
Yeah, exactly. We spent some time coding in a spreadsheet that Google spreadsheets have tons of flexibility. So we've just wrote some code that basically you can put in your city, your community, your neighborhood, a new community that's springing up that builders are building in, a company that might relocate there, any type of just a name like that, and then it'll generate for you just a list of keywords, which makes it really easy, because otherwise we get so many I get a lot of emails and a lot of questions from agents and everyone's always confused by this. So we thought it'd be cool to throw together a keyword generator to make the whole process just a lot easier, a lot smoother, and that's what we'll talk about today, how that can help you, why that's important in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, even for myself, I've seen these lists of keywords. We've written them, we've created them, and kind of the idea is hey, I've given you all these ideas. But when it's easy to get overwhelmed, and then when you're not able to actually see your town or city written down in there, it does kind of it creates that extra step. And I think all those emails that you've been getting was actually from me. So
but it's confusing because even the word itself, keyword, people assume that has to be one word, and really it's more of a phrase or a search phrase that people would put into Google that you want to show up for. And so what the generator does is it breaks down all this what word should I do, or how many words should I optimize for, or what should I do with these keywords? And it makes it like, it generates, I think, about 10 of them for you right off the top of the cuff, and then more if you put in more words. And then it shows you in 5 simple steps what to even do with those words. So it's just a nice plug and play. It's free too. I mean, I'm saying this, I feel like we should be charging like $30 a month for this tool, but it's free on the site, and you can go check that out.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to break it down into, and I think you said 20. I think it's like more like 40, right? Or like,
yeah, exactly.
Because you're looking at neighborhood keywords, you're looking at community keywords, new home keywords, and relocation keywords.
Yeah.
Now, this can be redundant depending on where you live, because sometimes, a community and a neighborhood would be pretty interchangeable. Instead of community, maybe, area or so. Where I'm at on the East Coast, we'll have like townships and boroughs, and and you would have the suburb, but then you would have that borough in the suburb. So it's like the little the town of that area.
Or even I've seen people be remarkably successful with like the new condo development. Like there's one, there like probably three of them within like 5 blocks of me that they're building luxury condos, and they have names. I've seen them like get built over the last 6 months. And if I wanted to help sell those condos, all you gotta do is take put that name of the condo in there. You can see it on the big sign that says XYZ coming soon, and then you put it in there, and you're XYZ condo tours, learn more about XYZ condos, living in XYZ condos, and then like the people, it's just you're getting hotter leads, right? Everyone always takes out their binoculars and how can I get Kansas City homes for sale, Dallas homes for sale. And the thing is, half the people searching that are high schoolers without enough money to make half of a down payment. But when you can optimize for luxury condos and be the first one on the page because that builder is not doing anything like this, you can really pad your stats.
Right. And that was something I think we covered it last week too, the stacks, where it's by creating those pages about those different, having the real estate, homes for sale, homes, condos, luxury homes.
Right. And so those names, they're not really there to be the end all be all, but they're there to inspire you, right? So neighborhoods, think of the niche-ist neighborhood that exists, that only it exists, and it's on this ancient rock sign in the middle of the city or in the middle of your suburb, because that's what the people most interested in buying and selling are going to be searching.
Yeah, and then once you start, and once you start building those stacks up, you're getting it's that marble versus the bowling ball analogy that you use.
Yeah, so let's go into the stacks again with the generator. You want to sort of break down what a stack is for everyone listening who might not know?
Yeah, absolutely. And then how that applies to the keywords that we generated.
Yeah.
So the stacks was basically, the idea was when you have a major, a more broad specific keyword, what do you have in here as a default? Was it La Ventana? Is that
that's like a community, La Ventana. So that's a neighborhood subdivision that people have just started building out and people are interested in living there.
Gotcha. And then the community you have here is Sandia Heights.
Right. So that's a smaller neighborhood. You'd know where that is if you're in Albuquerque, but it's not a major search term that Zillow, for example, is going to be optimizing for. Gotcha.
So the idea is if you want to rank for something like Sandia Heights, homes for sale, that's going to be, that's a pretty decent keyword because people will be searching it, and there's also going to be competition. But by owning the related keywords around that, where there's not as much competition, it brings you back to that Sandia Heights, right?
Right. So if we're going to build a stack for Sandia Heights, which is that community, we would do Sandia Heights homes for sale on top. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be, maybe we have a featured tab on our menu. We're going to put Sandia Heights under that feature tab. And then over on, when you hover over Sandia Heights, there's going to be another sub drop down. Under that, we'd probably do Sandia Heights real estate, Sandia Heights homes, Sandia Heights condos, Sandia Heights cheap homes, live near Sandia Heights. 5 different things having to do with Sandia Heights. And that creates what I like to call stacks of keywords, right? So you have one main keyword, you have 5 things stacked underneath it, And then all those have listings. All those have a few words you wrote up. Maybe they have a nice YouTube video. Just think of the Instafarm pages you've seen us build out. You want them to look like that, or use Instafarm if you have a lead site. And that's how we're seeing great success. But that's the stack you want to build out, and what the keyword generator really helps you build out.
Right. And the other thing to remember is if you don't like these keywords, like luxury condos, there's not really in this neighborhood or area that I'm targeting for, doesn't really have those. Come up with your own keywords. This is by no means an exhausted list. If you have horse farms, then you definitely want to do horse farms. If you're a farm and ranch niche or something like that, if different areas are going to have different topics. But once you see the list and once you see that, like if I'm in an area like Westchester, Westchester condos, Westchester homes, Westchester luxury condos, it's like, well, where's the Westchester townhomes? It's like, well, do that, create that.
Exactly.
Use this to get you started. Pull out a couple of these and then keep going.
And build your stats with that. Like find your 4 or 5 different neighborhoods, communities, condo names, parks, things that people type in, things that people want to relocate for, and then find your 10 main keywords and then make your stacks, and then you're just going to see success. We're seeing ridiculous success with this.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the content on each one of those pages. Now obviously you don't want to just cut and paste the same content on every single page. Right.
That'd be bad. Yeah. Cut and paste content. Although, a week or two ago, we ranked on Google with cut and paste Wikipedia content. It's a short-term strategy. We did it to show that it's possible. I recommend writing your own. So basically what I would do is I'd put a minimum of 300 words you typed up on your iPhone while waiting for a client, a YouTube video, and then your listings for that area, and you're gonna see good success. And then what you can do is you put them on your menu in that way, and they sort of link, under each other and together. And then within the 300 words you write, you can link back and forth between them, and it just creates this chain linking cycle that Google really loves.
Nice. Yeah. And, obviously if you have a lead site with the Find Me app, it makes it super easy to know that, if that page is being optimized for the search term that you're looking for.
Exactly. You're shooting for that 1% keyword ratio, targeting that one keyword per that one page. And the Find Me app makes that really easy to know that your images are optimized, your page is optimized, your IDX is optimized, you have the sitemap all set up there. So that's all the groundwork that you need. But in terms of figuring out what the heck keywords you even want on your real estate website, just go to Easy Agent Pro, check out the keyword generator. We'll link it up in this YouTube video and then go from there. Okay, cool. Now, is there anything else that we should add to that, do you think? Or, that's pretty much the general framework and the path to get you started. And this doesn't necessarily apply to just lead sites. In a lead site, you're going to be able to create these Instafarm pages. You're going to be able to see the SEO ranked visually in front of you. That's the biggest thing, getting everything in that green. But it's not, you can do, if you're creating your own HTML hand coded site, you can do the same thing. You just need to make sure that you just take care of all those steps, like having the site map, having the external links and stuff like that. And we just try to make it easier on the lead sites, but it's general SEO stuff that you're going to find from a lot of the high level search engine optimization experts out there as well. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So cool. Well, so guys, if you have any questions or you need help getting started on that, definitely give us, contact us. You can find the links at easyagentpro.com. Now, if you want to get your own free real estate keyword generator, the blog post is still up, right, Tyler?
Yep, blog post is up, and we'll link it in this video on YouTube. We'll link it on the podcast, and you should be able to find it pretty easily.
Absolutely, yeah. So just easyagentpro.com. Click on the blog drop down and look for free real estate keyword generator. On the post, we'll have the downloads. And if it's still something you can't find, just hit us up. We'll direct you to where you need to go. But yeah, that does it for this week. Anything else that we need to cover? Oh, well, we're looking forward to this book for next week, right?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe go watch a quick video on the Dawkins one, just so you know what it is in cocktail hour conversations. But maybe skip it on Audible this week.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.